Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Isaac, and this is The Lightest Being. Today's topic is love. You know, does it exist or does it not exist? Existence versus non existence. Well, in order to know what love is, we have to define the term. We have to know the definition. We all know what love is, but just in case, an intense feeling of deep affection, a great interest and pleasure in something, a feel of deep romantic or sexual attachment to someone. Yeah, so that's what love is, according to Google, the definition. According to you, it could be something else. Like, to me, it's more of a, thick and thin type of thing. You can be mad at someone, for, literally 10 seconds and then, forget about it just like that. It's not healthy. By all means, it's not healthy, Not a lot of people would be okay with that. But, yeah. Now, let's go to lust. A lot of people say they're in love when in reality the relationship is full of lust. What is lust? According to Google, it's a very strong sexual desire. I kind of feel like love at first sight is mainly lust. Because, you can't really love someone like, oh my God, I'm in love with them. Oh, she had these gorgeous eyes, this gorgeous smile. She had this such a, wavy hair. I don't know. That's lust. It's not love at first sight. It's not love at first sight. It's basically, hey, I want to bang this person. You find them attractive and you claim it's love at first sight. How can you love someone you don't know? It's not just like, oh my God, I love their personality. How? If you don't know them. I mean, this is different with celebrities. Celebrities' life's all public and all that, and people claim to love them when they're just in reality stalkers. I'm sure a lot of celebrities deal with that. And it's definitely something that's dangerous, lust and love. Lust is dangerous. That's what leads to heartbreaks. That's what leads to false romanticizing, I don't know the proper term. That's what leads to false dreams, false hopes, and broken hearts, So that's my thoughts on love at first sight. Does love at first sight exist? No. Could it exist? I highly doubt it. It's just because mainly, it's your brain that sees the person. It's not your heart. Your heart doesn't go, I see straight through her eyes. I see straight through his eyes. I can see their soul. No. If it's love at first sight, it's mainly from a distance. They're most likely not looking at you. How can you peer into their soul if they're not looking at you? You can't. It's impossible. I mean, I'm not saying that I can look through souls, No, I can't either. I'm more of a logical mixed with emotional type of guy. I'm more logical, to be honest. I'm not that emotional. I try not to be when it comes to these types of things. Because, it's just, you gain nothing from it. You just waste your time in relationships that involve lust. Now, love, that's different. The Greeks believed there was 8 types of love. I'm going to focus on only a few. So, the ones that most couples claim to feel in a relationship is called eros, or an erotic love. So, the definition of that is I'm reading it off the site because I don't want to give you guys a summary of it. The ancient Greeks considered eros to be dangerous and frightening as it involves a loss of control. Through the primal impulse to procreate, eros is a passionate and intense form of love that arouses romantic and sexual feelings. So, basically, I'm going to dumb it down just in case that was too much words, because I didn't understand that. Basically, what it's saying is, procreate, it's just a sexual desire. It's a lot of physical shit, It's very physical. Okay, now philia. This is more of a friendship kind of love. It's physical attraction is not, basically what it's saying is physical attraction is not necessary for this kind of love. hence the use of the word platonic in it, philia, platonic, without physical attraction. Philia is the type of love that is felt among friends who've endured hard times together. You can love a friend, you can love a best friend, you can love someone that, someone who's been there for you. That's that friendship kind of love. I love you like a brother, bro. I love you like a sister, girl. Like, we've all felt that. I'm sure we all have. If not, you might need new friends. All right. Now there's I might pronounce this wrong, but storge, or familiar love. So, storge love can even be found among childhood friends that is later shared as adults. But although storge is a powerful form of love, it can also become an obstacle on our spiritual paths, especially when our family or friends don't align with our... Okay, so basically that's basically saying, it's an inner conflict. If the person that you love isn't loved by another person that you love. So let's say your family, your mom, your dad, whoever you love, your brother, your sister, whoever's a big figure in your life that you love, is basically saying that it creates drama. Now, Lotus is kind of like Eros to a certain extent. It's more playful. It's like you in love with the fact of love. Like you're in love with love, not with the person, but the idea itself. So you're only in the relationship for personal gain. You have no attachment to this person. You just want to play games. That's basically what it's saying. Okay. Now, that's basically, okay. So that basically said, how does that apply to our love life? Well, if you feel like you have the love of your life, it might be Eros. It might be that you found your life partner. You might already be engaged. You might already be making plans for a wedding or whatever. But, I don't think that's smart. Do I believe in engagements? Do I believe in weddings? Do I believe in marriage? I mean, yeah, they exist. Of course, I have to believe them. There's physical proof, the ring, the documents, all that shit, But do I believe, should it be necessary? No. Because although I believe in love, I don't believe in everlasting love, a forever type of love. I believe, that exists in relationships, as in friendships. What was the other one? Shoot. That familiar, I don't know what it was called. If it's a family member type of love, it's a friendship type of love. But if it's another person that you're sharing your life with, that, you're basically handing your life over to someone. It's a contract. That's what it is. It's a contract, a binding contract. It's almost as, it's almost like a, here, I'm your slave type of deal, I'm bonded to you. So do I believe in that? I mean, it's a beautiful dream. It's a pretty thought. It'd be great if it worked out that way. But it doesn't. People get tired of each other. That's just a sad fact, Everything erodes. Friendship erodes. Relationships erode. Cars erode. Metal erode. Everything erodes, So, that being said, do I believe in everlasting, forever type of love? I'm going to spend the rest of my life kind of love. No, I don't. And it might be a problem, but I don't think it is. Because when you think about it, all these couples, the older couples that people look up to that say, oh my God, they've been together since forever. They're like in their 80s or 90s. You got to keep in mind that they were born in a different era than us. They were born in a stricter, more judgmental era. People will argue that this era was more judgmental, but I think theirs was. They were born in what? So if they're 90 or 80, they were born like 1920, 1930, somewhere around there. I don't know. But the thing is, there was a lot of shit going on around that time. People, if you didn't have the nice style, you were an outcast. Kind of like today, but, it was like, today we're more open, about divorce. If it's divorce, 50% of marriages end in divorce, or it's, so it's like a 50-50 kind of chance. But back then, if you were in a marriage, and you had a divorce, oh, everybody talked about you, everybody shunned you. It was like, it was just like crazy, like who would think of getting a divorce? Why would you marry that person if you didn't love them and didn't think you had a future with them? So ever since ever since they were children, these older couples, they were like implanted with this idea of a forever lasting love, a love that's gonna be forever. And it's not right. Nothing's forever. We're not forever. We're not gonna be here. I think it's like, I don't know how many species we endanger. Like fuck. What is it? I don't know how many species we. I can't. Well, there's a lot of species on the endangered list, right? And it's because we put them there every year, and it's like by the hundreds now, basically. Around, sooner or later, we're gonna, be an endangered species because of war, because of politics, because of whatever. So even with us, we won't be here forever. Elon Musk wants to colonize Mars because he sees that we're running out of room, running out of resources, running out of shit down here to fucking use, Like, what are we going to use when we're all out? Nothing. We'll be gone. So, back to what I was saying about the older couple. They were programmed with these things. It's nature versus nurture. And for them, it wasn't nature. Nature is emotion, love, all that. Nurture is what they're taught. Yeah, it's what they're taught. So they're taught being around this family that, they see the fighting going on, but never the divorce. Why? Because they have to, like, put a smiling face out in the public, like, oh, we're happy and all this shit. But, in reality, they're not. It's kind of like the Jones effect. Actually, the Jones effect, what it is basically, hey, everybody is doing this, you should do it too. The Jones have it, or the Jones are doing it, why aren't you? If the Jones are a happy couple, everyone in the neighborhood's a happy couple that hasn't had a divorce, why are you guys going to have a divorce? You guys are going to be the oddballs. You want to be an oddball? No. At this time period, no, you don't want to be an oddball. You stick out. You'll be ridiculed. Your word was just as strong as a binding contract, written in ink. Your reputation was everything. So, it's all programmed into these older couples. So they might think they're in love, but they're more in love with the friendship that they've developed, not with each other. They can be sick and tired of each other, but hey, this is the only person that I've known my entire life and everyone else is dead. Or, hey, this is the only person that I have memories with. I'm scared to make new memories with someone else. And that's the case for a lot of people, especially, nowadays. I'm scared to make memories with someone else, which, they end up staying in these toxic relationships that are eating them alive and creating a new persona that they don't want to be. They end up becoming this persona. They end up becoming this, I guess, reflection of the person that's toxic towards them. If not a weaker, lesser them. They end up being this person who becomes a pushover. And it's not, it's not because, hey, it's not just it's not just bullying. Like bullying does some shit to people. It ends lives, it changes lives, it does a lot of shit. But it's different when it's from a closer person, when it comes close to heart. It's different when someone who you love is telling you to kill yourself. It's a lot different. Now, I do believe in love, though. Just not long-lasting love. Maybe a revival of love, but I don't think it'll be the same as the love that started off in the relationship. Can never be the same. Nothing ever becomes, even if it's a clone, it's not the same. A reflection is, the reflection of yourself. But that's all it is. It's an image. Does that reflection, the actual reflection itself, have your memories? Does it have, the capabilities that you do? No, it does what you do, but it's not you. People miss old loves, but why? If you go back to that old love, what are they going to do? They're going to do the same thing or not. It's going to be something that's not exciting. It's going to be more of a friendship. People want someone to love that they can have a friendship with, but they also want, like, something that's not weird. It feels more like you're dating a friend, and you don't want to date a friend. That's weird. I know if I dated my best friend that was a girl, it would be weird as fuck. Cause what would happen if we were to break up? I'd lose a friend. In a relationship, someone can become your best friend. Yeah, someone could start off talking to you, become your best friend, and then enter the relationship. But that's the end goal. The end goal is being in the relationship with you. It's different when the person just solely wants to be your friend, and then it transforms into more, because you both didn't see that coming. One person has to see that coming. So, do I believe in love? Yes. Do I believe in a forever love? No. And I guess I don't believe in marriage. But I mean, this is oh, this could be an interesting topic. This is an interesting topic. I might have to go into marriage after this. Nah, but on that note, I'm your host, Isaac, and this is The Lightest Being. Thank you for having me, and like, share, and subscribe. I guess. All right.